Good morning, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Google+. This is Rich again, back for your first video blog of the day for Friday, April 8th, 2016, around 7:25 in the morning in Belleville, Massachusetts. It's going to be a sunny day out, highs around 53, 54 degrees. Well, it should be this time of year, but a little bit of seasonally cool. Some news to report. The Boston Bruins beat the Detroit Red Wings by the score 5-2. The Bruins are back in the playoff positioning, but they control their own destiny. If they win against the Ottawa Senators Saturday in the season finale, they're in. If not, they need a lot of help. And they played an exciting game last night. The Golden State Warriors reached 70 wins. They're only the second NBA team to reach 70 wins in a season. So they're still on pace to get 73 wins, but it's going to be very difficult. They have to win out. And the Tampa Bay Lightning clinched home ice advantage for at least the first round of the playoffs. And that's more likely the Bruins might either play the Tampa Bay Lightning or the Washington Capitals. Hopefully it's the Tampa Bay Lightning. And that's about it on news. My first video blog subject of the day is about the continuation of the top 50 greatest professional wrestling tag teams of all time. Today is from numbers 40 through 31. And here they are. Number 40 on this list of the greatest professional wrestling tag teams of all time. Bad Company in the AWA, which was Pat Tanaka and Paul Diamond. They were AWA World Tag Team Champions for a year. They beat the Midnight Rockers in April of 1988 and held it for a year. They were managed by DDP, Diamond Dallas Page. And in 1990, they were reunited, the Orient Express, and Paul Diamond wore a mask called Kato, and they were managed by Mr. Fuji, but they were known more as like a jobber tag team, a jobber heel tag team in the WWE. But they had an exciting match with the Rockers that opened up Royal Rumble 1991, one of the best matches to open up any pay-per-view. Number 39 on this list are the greatest professional wrestling tag teams of all time. Mr. Fuji and Professor Toru Tanaka. They were three-time WWF Tag Team Champions in the 1970s, and they were managed by the Grand Wizard of Wrestling and Classy Freddie Blassie. They feuded with many tag teams, and they were like very, very great. Number 38 on this list of the greatest professional wrestling tag teams of all time, the Godwins, Henry O. Godwin and Phineas I. Godwin. They were a popular tag team in the late 1990s in the WWE. They were managed by Hillbilly Jim. They feuded with the Body Donnas and the Smoking Guns and the Legion of Doom, the Road Warriors and the Headbangers. They were, at first a face tag team, and then they turned heel, and they were like Slop Drop. Later on, they became Southern Justice under their real names Mark Cannonberry and Dennis Knight. Dennis Knight eventually became Midian, part of the Ministry of Darkness and the corporate ministry. That's slated for a future video blog sometime next week. Number 37 on this list of the greatest professional wrestling tag teams of all time, Nature Boy Ric Flair and Greg the Hammer Valentine. They were many times Mid-Atlantic Tag Team Champions in the 70s and the 80s. Both of them mastered the Figure 4 leg lock. They were an awesome tag team. Number 36 on this list of the greatest professional wrestling tag teams of all time, the Eliminators, John Cronus and Perry Saturn. They dominated ECW tag team division for about a year. They were two-time ECW World Tag Team Champions. They feuded with the Gangsters, Sabu and Rob Van Dam, the Dudley Boys. Their famous quote was "Total elimination," and Joey Styles was like, "Total elimination!" Number 35 on this list of the greatest professional wrestling tag teams of all time, Doom. Doom was Butch Reed and Ron Simmons. Originally, they were under mask, and they were managed by women. They feuded with the Steiner brothers for a while in WCW, but they unmasked, and it was revealed it was Ron Simmons and Butch Reed. But that was the mask were the best thing that happened to them to take them off. They got managed by Teddy Long. They won the WCW World Tag Team Championship, and they held the belts for 9 months in 1990. Number 34 on this list of the greatest professional wrestling tag teams of all time, the Quebecers, Jacques and Pierre. Jacques and Pierre dominated the WWE Tag Team division for about 9 months in 1993 and 1994. They won 3 times the WWE Tag Team Championships. They were managed by Johnny Polo, also known to Raven, and the famous theme music was Not the Mounties. Number 33 on this list of the greatest professional wrestling tag teams of all time, the Headshrinkers, or the Samoan SWAT team. They made their tag team debut in 1988. Samu and Fatu in World-Class Championship Wrestling, winning a couple of world-class tag team titles, and then they went to the WCW, managed by Paul E. Dangerously and Sir Oliver Humperdinck, but they didn't get too much of a major push. And then when they went to the WWE, they were managed by Alpha, Lee Brent, the Headshrinkers. They were a tough team. They were WWE Tag Team Champions for several months in 1994 when they were managed by Captain Lou Albano. Eventually, Samu left the WWE, and he was replaced by Sione, who was the Barbarians, but they were just a jobber tag team. Number 32 on this list of the greatest professional wrestling tag teams of all time, the Moondogs. The Moondogs started in WWE in 1980. It was King and Rex. They were WWE Tag Team Champions, managed by Captain Lou Albano. Eventually, King had problems going into the United States because he was a citizen of Canada, and it was replaced by Moondog Spot, and it was Rex and Spot. After they dropped the WWE Tag Team Champions, Rex and Spot went to several southern regional territories. They usually feuded with the Fabulous Ones and were managed by the Mouth of South, Jimmy Hart. They came back to the WWE during the expansion period in 1985, but basically they were a jobber heel tag team. Eventually, the Moondogs resurfaces in the early 1990s as a heel tag team with a group managed by Richard Lee. It was Spot, Splat, Cujo, and they had a long-running feud with Jerry the King Lawler and Jeff Jarrett. And number 31 on this list, to end it right now, is the Southern Rockers / Well Done. It was Rex King and Steve Dahl. They were a great tag team in southern regional territories, and in Portland they were an amazing tag team. They were kind of copied off of the Fantastics, the Rock and Roll Express, and the Midnight Rockers. They won many regional tag team titles, and when they went to the WWE, they were rebranded as Well Done, managed by Harvey Whippleman, but they were just a jobber tag team. In fact, they were one of the last wrestlers not to come out with theme music, which was very rare in the early 1990s. And that's about it on that. Tomorrow will be from 30 to 21. Other video blogs today will be about the former show on FSN, Fox FSN across America. And the third and final video blog of the night will be about the personality profile. Tonight's personality profile will be about former NHL goaltender Logie Rashawn. Keep calm, everybody. I'm a jewelry winning guy. Molly Rosenblatt of WCCO rocks and has nice legs. Elizabeth Hart, so stunning. She's got the best. Amy Swenzy rocks. Shirley Spear of Fox 25 is awesome. And in the words of Dee Patel last week, no bus. See you later.